Guys, it's Miss Clark. I'm going to be doing the math lesson for lesson 6, which is for September 15th, 2020. Our learning target is I can use a number line and tens facts to find differences. So you guys are going to need your math workbook and you're going to need your math notebook or your remote notebook if you are at home watching this video. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so our number talks today, I'm going to pause after each problem that I present so that you can solve it yourself. So 6 plus 6 equals what? Okay, if you put 12, you are correct. Good job. So our next number talk is 6 plus 5. Okay, if you chose 11, you are correct. Good job. If you are working on this at home, you can use any strategy you would like for number talks, except, of course, asking for help from your parents or a sibling. So our next problem, 6 plus 7 equals what? Okay, if you chose 13, you are correct. Good job. All right, here's our next one. So Tessa has blank colored pencils. She gave James blank of her colored pencils. How many colored pencils does Tessa have now? Okay, so in your journal, you should have gotten this and should be cutting it out or have already cut it out and putting it in there. So I'm going to give you an example of how to solve it, and then you can solve it yourself with the numbers that you have. So I'm going to say, for example, that Tessa has 15 colored pencils, okay? And she gave James 7 of her colored pencils. So how many colored pencils does Tessa have now? So as you can see, if you've given some away, you're going to have to do subtraction. So you're going to have to solve 15 minus 7. You can solve it any way you like. Okay, so go ahead and solve that in your notebook, and we'll check our answer in just a second. Okay, your answer should be 8. Okay, good job. If you got 8, you are correct. All right, now let's erase. All right, so now you can solve the real numbers in there. Those were example numbers that you can use. Okay, so the next part of our lesson, we're going to be in our math workbook. So we're going to be doing use a tens fact to subtract. So I'm going to flip over to this page. Okay, so you should be on use a tens fact to subtract, and that is on page 29. So I want you to find page 29 in your workbook. Okay, once you found it, we're going to get started. So it says, I can use a number line and tens facts to find differences. So we're going to it says spark your learning. So make a concrete model and show how to use a tens fact to solve the problem. Draw to show your work. Okay, so I'm going to read the following problem to you. It says, Seva has 12 stickers. He gives 4 stickers to a friend. How many stickers does Seva have now? You're going to make a concrete model and show how to use a tens fact to solve the problem. Draw to show your work. So here is the tens fact that I would use. So Seva has 12 stickers. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show my concrete model. So is 12 close to 10? Yes, so 12 is close to 10. So I'm going to do this. Instead of 12 minus 4, I'm going to do 10 minus 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 minus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that would be 6. However, we did 10 minus 4, so we had 2 left over from the 12. So we're going to do 6 plus 2 equals 8. Okay, so that's how I would solve. Now, go ahead and take a second to write that down in your notebook. Okay, so I'm going to erase that. We're going to go down to the bottom. So how many stickers did we have? We had 8. So a lot of times, teachers will ask you to check your work. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to check my work and make sure. So I'm going to do it the hard way. I'm going to do 12 minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did we get the same number? We sure did. So I'm going to erase that. Okay, so the answer you should have gotten was 8. All right, let's continue. So that was page 29. Now we're headed to page 30. This one has build understanding at the top, and it has a number line. Okay, so we're on page 30. I wanted to show you the page number. All right, let's get started. So it says Caleb has 13 pretzels. Okay, he eats 5 of the pretzels. Okay, how many pretzels does he have now? A, you can subtract in steps to use a tens fact. Mark 13 on the number line. How many do you need to subtract to get to 10? Okay, so he eats 5 of them. So mark 13 on the number line, and then how many do you need to subtract to get to 10? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so go ahead and write that down. All right, so 13 minus something is 10. 3, according to our chart. Now, B says, how can you break apart the 5 to find how many more you need to subtract? Okay, so this is the part that gets a little tricky. So remember, in our original problem, it said we're missing 5 pretzels because they ate 5. So we chose the 3 because the 3 gets us to 10. Okay, so 3 plus what is equal to 5? So let's start at 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many did we do? 2. So 3 plus 2 is 5. So now, what they're doing is called decomposing. They're using decomposing, and they're using a number line. Okay, so go ahead and write that down real quick. Remember, you can pause the video whenever you need to. Okay, so I'm going to come down here. It says use the number line to show how many more you need to subtract. Okay, what did we find? So 10, and then 1, 2, 3. So we needed 4, 5. 4, 5. Okay, I know I mixed up my numbers, but if you start from here and count back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what is our ending number? Okay, if you said 8, you are correct because looking right here, first we started out doing the 2. So we had a 2 right here, but we had to erase it because I had to lower the page. So we went 2 more, 1, 2, and that got us to 8. So it's breaking it apart and making it easier for you to see what comes next. Okay, so we did that. What tens fact can you use to find the difference? So 10 minus 2 was 8. We determined that on our number line. So find the difference. 13 minus 5, again, was 8. And then how many pretzels does Caleb have now? Again, he has 8 pretzels. So at home, we're going to have a turn and talk. So you can turn and talk with someone near you, or you can just think about it in your head. How does using a number line help you solve this problem? Explain. Okay, so go ahead and move on to the next page, which should be page 31. So now we're on page 31 where we are stepping it out. So they're showing us in steps how to complete these types of problems. This time we have a blank number line to work with. So Letitia makes a bracelet with 16 beads. Then 7 beads fall off the bracelet. How many beads are on the bracelet now? A, use the number line to show how you get to 10. So Letitia makes a bracelet with 16 beads. Okay, so we're going to find 16 on the number line. So you have one just like this in your workbook. 7 beads fall off the bracelet. Well, first, let's get to 10 from 16. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hops. I'm going to write 6 above it so I remember how many hops that was. So go ahead and write that down. And remember, you can pause the video whenever you need to. Okay, so we got to 10. Now, the next part is write how many you need to subtract from 16 to get to 10. Well, duh, we already found that. It was 6, but now we're breaking it apart. So break apart the 7 to find how many more you need to subtract. So we have 6 already. 6 plus what is equal to 7? You should think about your triangle cards that you've been using. Okay, if you said 1, you are correct. So 6 plus 1 is 7. Now, break apart the 7 to find how many more you need to subtract. All right, we did that. Now, write the tens fact you will use to solve the problem. Okay, so what did we have left? We made it to 10 after taking away 6. So 10 minus 1 is what? 9. Okay, so 10 minus 1, anything to do with 10 should be mental math for you. But if you're still struggling with it, you can still use your counters. You can use your fingers because you have 10 fingers, or at least you should. All right, so solve the problems. So 16 minus 7 was 9. So you should have 9 beads. Now we're going to check understanding. So it says you can use your math board if you'd like. So it says there are 11 bananas in a bunch. Then Jackson and his family eat 8 bananas. Okay. So how many bananas are in the bunch now? Show the tens fact you used. Okay. So 11 is close to 10. All right. So, I would probably do 10 minus 8 because that's what you're subtracting, right? So 10 minus 8 is what? Okay, is 2. But you had 11 bananas. So 2 plus 1, adding that extra one that was left over, is 3. So you should have 3 bananas. So Jackson ate a lot of bananas, didn't he? At least his family did. All right, so I'm going to erase that and move on to the next part. So this is the on your own part. I will read it out loud to you so that you can have access to read aloud. Now, a lot of this you can do on your own. And also there's the question at the bottom you can complete. All right, so on your own, use tools. Find the difference. Show the tens fact you used. So there's a number line up there, right there for you. Okay. So here's the number line. All right. There are 14 spoons in a basket. Okay. The Green family uses 8 spoons at dinner. Now, how many spoons are in the basket now? 10 minus something equals something. And then you write how many spoons. Number 3, 15 minus 9 equals something. 10 minus something equals something. Now, 4, 12 minus 8 equals something. Okay. 10 minus something equals something. Okay. Number 5, 17 minus 8 equals blank. 10 minus blank equals blank. Number 6, 14 minus 7 equals blank. 10 minus blank equals blank. All right, last section. How do I know when I am being a successful learner? Just write one sentence explaining how you can be a successful learner. Okay. Now, it's a little sneak peek at the lesson you will complete next time. So, I hope you guys have had a great day. And remember, if you need to reflect or go back on anything that you've worked on, you can always rewind my video and pause it where you need to. So take your time, have fun, and I hope to see you later.